Hi, welcome. Today we're going to talk about, and I'm going to share with you how we can unwittingly deepen and prolong our stress and add another layer of stress on top of the stressful experience that we had. I will discuss three underlying forces that complicate stress and delay healing. So, stress is an inside job that we create at times without even realizing it. We become accustomed to reacting to certain events or people in a similar way. And we may even believe that our stress and how we're coping is actually helping us. So I'm Sanna Carapellotti. I'm an alchemist, a Hatha yoga instructor, and a HeartMath coach. I help people restore their lives through healing of trauma of their current life and also inherited trauma through the constellation work. I work privately, I lead classes and retreats, and offer audio programs on cdbaby.com. So I also offer high quality nutritional systems to help reduce anxiety, to retrain the body, improve sleep and digestion. So I will be setting a From Hurt to Healed retreat in the fall of 2019 in Pittsburgh. Feel free to contact me through my website at any time, lifechangingenergytherapies.com. So let's jump in to this topic. So living is stressful, and anything and everything can be identified as a stress, and that even varies from person to person. So what is stressful to you? Obviously, it's something that hurts, makes us feel uncomfortable, something we don't like. It's basically unpleasant. And sometimes there's body pain or tears or upset in some way. So we have this reaction that is connected to the stressful event. So remember that as we talk through this. So at the time of the event, okay, you might feel upset, the heat of anger, anxiety, or tension. Maybe you can't breathe and are scared or overwhelmed, feeling stuck and frozen in that moment, maybe overwhelmed. Depends on the level of stress that you perceive. And rightfully so, we can have a reaction to any life event. It was difficult, hurtful, startling. Here's how it becomes internal. You will have certain emotions, beliefs, feelings, behaviors, even images as the internal experience within yourself, along with body sensations. Okay, when we have a reaction to the event, there is a moment when we begin to depart from the event or the shock and we start to move back into our lives. Okay, but there's another aspect of stressing that occurs internally too, that can add fuel to the fire of that initial event that we are already experiencing a stress response to. There are three underlying forces that can complicate, deepen the hurt, and prolong the painful experience, which we don't usually anticipate or realize. Okay, so these three underlying forces, number one is attachment to the emotion. That means that we need to feel anger, upset, or maybe the sadness. Okay, the development of compulsive habits. That's actions that we repeat. Ego absorption is the third. That means we become self-focused or self-absorbed. So here's how it can play out. And it's important for you to realize that Any any one, two, or three of these forces can prevent you from letting go, moving on, or healing. Literally, you stay stuck in the past in that moment. A part of you remains there. Even physical injuries can heal slower. Okay, the engagement of one of these forces will continue to imprint like an overlay of more pain and hurt into the existing stress, thereby delaying any relief that you're searching for or the healing that you want. So you remain hurt. Okay, let's say that you experienced a betrayal in a partnership. Okay, so with these three forces engaged, okay, you might become very egoic, okay, meaning self-centered by fixating on what that individual did to you. How dare him or her do that? I was perfect for them. This is me. How could somebody do this to me? Okay, you tell stories about this individuals and maybe post on Facebook your pain that you have. And we know how quickly that can gather a crowd of supporters to confirm your righteousness. So it doesn't make the individual right or wrong. It's just a pattern that can keep us stuck in the spiral of pain. You might find yourself attached to being angry and repeat actions such as stalking the individual's work or checking their phone if you have access to it to stir up the heat. Okay, these entrenched behaviors or these mental preoccupations, they don't resolve anything that happened, either the event or what happened within you, but you will remain in pain. Okay, when you look inside of yourself, you might find the expression of one of these factors or these forces and realize the influence that it's had on that initial pain. Because essentially what you're doing is, so you have the stress response here, but then there's an overlay of stress over that initial experience that deepens the pain and delays your healing journey, so to speak. So in response to the stress, if you have engaged one of these forces in a way to adapt to the stress itself, you can interrupt that experience by first becoming aware that you have implemented it, that you're actually doing it, and then quickly going to breath. I know that seems simple, but anytime you interrupt a like a set pattern by turning your attention to breath and following breath into the body, that helps you to break up the transmissions in the brain. Now, I realize that sometimes it's hard to sort out the experience that has created this overlay, but the important piece here is to take a look at how you have engaged one of these three forces. Now, there may be others, but these are things that I find common in my work with clients. So we can adapt healthier ways of managing stress. So consider that as we depart from that initial stress experience and we're re-entering our lives or returning to our lives, we may need some time to recover and restore ourselves with good self-care and support, whether it's good night's sleep, learning EFT or journaling or talking it out with somebody in a productive way. So this will give you an opportunity to sort through what happened and also the meaning that you have attached to it. So realizing that you need to make some changes in how you're adapting or managing stress and discover new ways of coping and learning new understandings about yourself in relation to life events can be really a powerful experience. So healing And reestablishing this new normal can definitely take time, especially after an accident, a breakup, or a loss of some sort. Um, when you engage these three forces, you're going to miss on the attempts. Like you're going to miss any attempts at healing because these forces are going to interrupt that process. So we all know that if you look back on your life, that life is a series of ongoing stresses, and you can expect more to happen. And but if you keep in mind that is no matter how painful it is, every life experience contains a lesson for us and an opportunity for us to be pushed beyond our comfort zone, because a certain amount of life tension is necessary. It took me quite a while to realize that stresses and tension actually reside together, that anytime you have a difficult experience, something that you're struggling with, within that, there's an opportunity for you to grow in some way. So, some time ago, I was working with a child who a sick child who I was helping with surgery empowerment. And this little boy told me something about butterflies. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but in that moment, it really made a lot of sense to me. He told me that if I help a butterfly leave the cocoon by cutting that cocoon open, that butterfly will be forever weakened. And I thought, wow, I mean, that was a contemplative moment for me. And as I thought about it in relation to the life experiences that we have, what I realized that without stress, there's no way for us to grow. There's no wisdom. There's no path from which we can choose or strengthen out of the experience that we had. So the pain and stress that we experience in our lives is commensurate to the amount of growth that we can experience, and that opportunity for growth resides within every stressful experience that you have, no matter how large or small. It doesn't mean that you don't have an emotional reaction to it, or sadness when you think about it, or feel a sense of loss or missing. The point is that what is it? You get to choose how you hold it here within yourself. All life experiences teach us, and we may have to stop for a while and find a way to breathe more deeply while we search for broader perspective and what lessons are truly within the stressful experience for us. So thank you all for coming. This is Sanna Carapellotti, Life-Changing Energy Therapies. If you have any questions, feel free to email me anytime through my website. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.